Once you've determined which content you'd like on your page and you've started designing it using individual pages, you're ready to start with the overall cover because this is going to essentially guide people throughout your site. You'll see here that there are several things included on this home page. Let's focus in on this part right here. What you may not know is that these little segments here, these are actually excerpts from an entirely different web page embedded within the larger website. Okay, so these are all from different web pages. They're not little posts that are inserted on the homepage through the homepage. They're essentially links and snippets of other web pages. Now, if you want to change that, go ahead and go to the pencil, because that's how you always change or almost always change. And you'll see here that these are essentially just boxes. And the reason why they're boxes is because they are gadgets. And this is how they were inserted. So essentially what this person did is they went to recent posts and then they selected where they wanted that post to come from, which page. Then they decided whether they wanted a short snippet, a medium snippet, or a full post. They decided not to have a thumbnail image. And then they decided to include a border and a title to that particular snippet. And this is how it shows up before you save it. But if you want to get rid of it altogether, you would just have to click the X, and that would do it. Now, let's say you don't like the way it's formatted. Maybe you like all of those little snippets to be there, but you want it rearranged in a different way. That's also very easy. Click on the pencil, then go to layout, and you'll see that they did the 2-column formatting. You could change it to any one of these and just play around with it. That's what I did when I first made my site, and it'll help you determine which is best for you. Okay, once you've figured out your homepage and how you want it to look, and you've inserted the gadgets that will bring these snippets from their own web pages to the homepage, you're ready to move on to the sidebar, which is a very, very important part of your site because this shows up pretty much everywhere. And it's nice because it's essentially a map to your website. And you can choose which links you'd like to include on here. You can choose to change this if you'd like. It's totally up to you. But to make the sidebar edits, you're going to have to go not to the pencil, but to this little icon right here. And you're going to go to Edit Site Layout. And you'll see here that it's automatically changed to an editing format. And that's here where you can change how it actually looks. How the sidebar looks. You can get rid of it. You can go to custom footer. It's totally up to you. Okay. Now I'm going to keep the sidebar and I want to show you how you can change it. If you click on the little pencil here, it allows you to change which side of the page it's shown on. So if you click on the right, it's going to move over to the right. I'm going to keep it on the left for now. Next, you can include navigation. So which sites or which links would you like to see on your sidebar? You can add more by clicking Add Page, or you can add a link to a whole different website if you just include the URL. You can also include a link to the sitemap, which is just a list of your websites, or to recent site activity if people want to see which changes you've recently made. And it'll also allow you the option of displaying a title or not. Once you do that, you'll see that you have the ability to edit things like a text box. Okay, so here this person chose to include a picture of ostensibly what is the teacher, I assume is a teacher, and her 2 little boys or 2 children. And then she included some text about how people can read more about her. And my guess is this link here is going to take you to a web page specifically about the teacher. But you can edit how it looks to an extent here. You can even insert a table or format whatever you see here. Okay. Now, once you are done with this first part, you can move on to the next part. You'll see that these sort of act as markers. So you can change things based on where they are. So clicking on navigation for Mrs. Smith's classroom will allow you to add links or change these links right here, the ones that are over here. Same with more stuff. That gives you the ability to change what is seen here. You can even add more of these. You'll see that they also included a poll, okay? And the poll is essentially a picture with a link, and then it'll take you to the Google Forms that you can use to create that poll. If you'd like to know how to do that, go ahead and check out our advanced Google lesson. Now, once you've decided what you want to see on your sidebar and your home page, you're pretty much done. And the only thing we have left is this pesky URL. You see how tedious it is, and I promised that I would show you a way to shorten it. To shorten it, you can choose to buy a domain, but if you don't want to, go ahead and go to tinyurl. And though it looks kind of primitive, it's actually a really, really neat site. So once you're ready to shorten it, go ahead and click on your URL so that you can transfer it over to tinyurl. So this is where you would put it, okay? And you make it a tinyurl. Now this is one option, or you can customize it. You can make it your name. It's totally up to you. Just click Make tinyurl. And then you can go ahead and give this to people. Just say, go to tinyurl.com/SurmacB. That's way easier than the google.sites, et cetera, that you had before. Okay. And as you can see, it'll take you right to the page. Okay. If you are interested in creating a more freelance type of website, you can look at our advanced Google Sites page. And this is just an example of what it can look like when you customize your site beyond the templates. This is a web page that I created for my own students when I was teaching. You'll see here different ways to contact me, and then I include a contact form. How I contact you is just the standard web page format, and then I use the list format for links. For About Me, I just use a standard web page format, and I include some information and pictures. And then I have a standard web page format for my individual classes. I taught 3 individual classes, and these are links that kids can click on in order to access different parts of the site. If you take our advanced Google course, you can also figure out how to use these really great features through a site called canva.com. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and take a look at the advanced lesson. Otherwise, you're pretty much done. Congratulations on building your very first class website. Thank you.